In this video, I want to show you how you can create an event where a QR code will disappear and then reappear on demand. So you'll be able to manage remote devices or screens where you might not be able to get there physically to turn it off, but essentially turn off a QR code during the middle of an event or a certain number of minutes after an event starts. So here's an example of, we'll use this as a demonstration. So this is going to be a really brief event, just 3 minutes. But here's what's new is you'll have this row where you can define that it will default to no pause. But you can define a certain number of minutes after the beginning of the event. So this starts at 11:13. So, you know, it could pause right at the beginning. So you've got to actually get to the event early. Here, I'm going to have it pause a minute after the event starts. And then if I leave it as is, it will disappear a minute after the event starts and then never reappear. But here I want it to be there when people are leaving the event. So, you know, you'll be the judge of when that will be. For me, I'm going to set it up for a minute before the end and then create this event. You'll be able to see this in the event details page on this row here. So now we have a line, it will say the uAttended is going to pause the QR between 11:14 and 11:15. So I'm going to go to the iPad now and pull up the live QR. And right now it's 11:13. I've got about 45 seconds left before this will pause. So this is going to be just the same as before. Actually, since we've got 30 seconds, one of the things you can do is if you want to have a device that doesn't implement this pause, you can pull up these unpausable QR codes that are not going to be affected. But we'll go back here to the default one, which would be a pausable one. So in about 20 seconds from now, this will recognize that it's crossed over from 11:13 to 11:14, our time here, and that QR code will disappear, and you'll see in about 5 seconds, you'll see that it will just have a line that says scanning is paused. This will happen on all devices and screens running uAttended. So there you go. This is paused. It's not going to say when the pause resumes, only you will know that depending on how you've defined this. Now this only applies to uAttended codes. So if you generate the code here in iAttended, it's going to work. The assumption is that you have access and control over this and you can take it down if you want to. So if we quickly go out here and look at the unpausable one, you see this is still ticking along. So it's just the default one or the pausable one where this is going to be paused. The same thing will apply to a code that you pull up on uattended.com. You'll have an option there, if it's there, to pull up one that doesn't pause, just the same as here. But by default, it's going to pause the QR when you want to. So this should be reappearing any second. There it goes. So we've had a minute of it being paused. And now it's going to keep running again. So you can just leave. You don't have to use this, but for some of you, I know this is something that could work quite well for you. The ability to think about how much during an event you want to take those QR codes off the screens.